Hey, we are live. Thank you everybody for coming out Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Great to have you here. Love doing these live streams with everyone there in the community. See a few people are already joining us from Slovenia, all the way from Slovenia, and he dares you to find that on a map. Got Aaron here from Missouri. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Going to get right into it because we've got a video today that I really want to talk to a lot of you about in the community there. I'm going to talk to everybody about why these side hustle videos are so important. They don't do as well as the investing videos on the channel, and me, all of you in the community, I love talking about investing. It's where I come from as an equity analyst background, working with venture capital and private wealth management. Love building my money through investments. But there's one very important reason why you need a side hustle, why you need a work from home job or an online job, something like that. And I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk about it in this live stream. We're going to talk about some of the work from home jobs that you can start with 5-10 hours a week, even that. So this doesn't have to be taking on a second job or anything like that. But we're going to talk about why you need to get started, even if you don't think you need to make a little extra cash right now. And really, it goes to a graphic that I want to share with you, and this is really going to be an eye opener for a lot of people here. I think this graphic is showing you the number of tax forms collected by the IRS. Okay, and these two types of forms: the W-2 form, which most of you are familiar with. That's the income form that goes to the IRS that you get from a traditional job, right? You've got an employer that's paying you a consistent salary or wage or whatever, and they send that form to the IRS each year. The other form here is the 1099 miscellaneous, okay? And this is the tax form that you're going to get anytime you have, some like your work from home business, your own business, your side hustles, things like that people are paying you, but you're not necessarily their employee, okay? So they're paying you as a contractor, as a side hustler, that kind of thing. And what you see here, if you look at this, this goes back to 1994, and it's indexed for 2000. So the number of forms the IRS collected from these two types of forms in 2000 is kind of that 100, that base case, right? So here, 94 to 2000, you see W-2 forms, the number of those collected pretty much rising steadily. Okay, good times. It was a good time for the economy. Lots of people getting hired and being employed. Since then, though, look at what happened to this green line since 2000. It has just stagnated and has even dropped quite a bit, from that height. So what does that mean? That means the IRS is collecting less of these tax forms for people each year, okay, these traditional jobs. And then look at what's happened with the 1099 forms, okay? They have just exploded since 2000. And where do you think these jobs are coming from? Okay, these jobs are coming from those traditional 9-to-5 jobs that employers just aren't interested in anymore. Okay, employers, they're looking at that contract gig economy, the side hustle economy, whatever you want to call it, and seeing less. They pay only for the work they get. They don't have to pay people to sit around the water cooler for hours every day. They don't have to pay for a lot of these benefits because these contract workers are paying their own benefits, paying their own insurance and things like that. So that is where work is going, at least in America and really globally. Okay, that's where the direction work is going. Okay, so what I want you to get from this graphic is that a side hustle, a work from home job, an online business, whatever you want to call it, it's not about making extra cash anymore. Okay, this is about income insurance. This is about making sure that you have money coming in when you don't have money coming in from that traditional employer. Okay, and that doesn't necessarily mean that this job apocalypse is coming tomorrow or the next year. But wait till the next recession. You're going to see a lot of jobs laid off, and those jobs are never going to be coming back. Okay, those jobs are going to flip to the contract economy, to these side hustlers and stuff like that. And I want you to be ready for that. Okay, I want you to be ready with your own online business, your own side hustle. And again, this doesn't have to be something like a full-time job. You don't have to take a second job or create this huge business. This can be 5-10 hours a week, and we're going to talk about some of the ways you can do that in this live stream. So we're going to get right to it. I see a lot of people coming into the live stream. Thank you again for being here. Eddie from California, Kenny Robinson did our live stream last week. Had a lot of fun with that, and I want to do a lot of those simultaneous live streams in the future. Greg Kamai from LA, California. Great member of the community. Thanks, Greg, for being here. I see him in here all the time, and I love the questions. As well as Squintillions, I'm going to feature one of her comments today. Adam, thank you for being here. But let's get into it. We want to do some community shout outs, highlight some of the best comments we got over the last couple of weeks. Probably really the biggest reason why I do these live streams is just talking with you back and forth in the community here, talking about some of those comments and really showing that I do appreciate you being in the Let's Talk Money community. Then we're going to highlight a few of the videos real quick that we did last week and the ones coming up this week. And then I want to get into that side hustle idea, okay? Some ideas that you can start with as little as 5-10 hours a week, maybe even less, how to be successful and how to really make this that income insurance that we talked about. And then, of course, I'll get to your questions and answers. We'll have our little back and forth, and it's going to be a good time. I do want to do a little housekeeping note. I'm going to be out to New York City next week, and then talking at a conference, a financial media conference in DC the next week. So no live streams for the next 2 Sundays. I will have videos lined up for you, but they're going to be recorded videos. And then, in 3 weeks, I'll be right back here with those live streams. Going to be exciting. Really excited to get back to New York City. Been a while since I've been back there. Financial capital of the world, and I love it. DC, my old Marine Corps days, I can never stay away from DC for too long because there's so much stuff there that you got to visit and you got to see the history of our country and that kind of thing. One more thing, I'm thinking about adding kind of a call-in idea to the channel. I love interacting with everyone in the community here. I love talking back and forth and really getting to know you better. So I was thinking of doing some kind of a call-in idea where we arrange individually, one-on-one, kind of a call, kind of talk about what you're seeing as far as your personal finances right now, what you want to do, that financial future that you're dreaming of, and kind of talk about how to get you there. And that can go from creating your online business, creating those side hustles, and talking about that, to investing and looking at your portfolio, things like that. And what I want to do with that is those will be just recorded calls. I'll just get one-on-one with you on the phone. I'll record those, and then we'll put them in a video to kind of help everybody in the community see that, I think you're going to see that the questions and problems and ideas that you have, everybody's asking those questions. Okay, so I want to share those questions. I want to share those ideas with everyone. But then just also as a way to kind of reach out to the community and bring us all a little bit closer together and exchange ideas and that kind of thing. So in the comments, when the video gets posted, just let me know in the comments if you'd be up to sharing your story and kind of talking in that one-on-one call kind of idea, and if that's something you'd be interested in. So really interested in getting started on that in the next few weeks here, doing something like that. So now I want to highlight a few of the comments that we've gotten over the last couple of weeks. And again, love these comments. Love reading the comments on all our videos. And that exchange that we get some great ideas from some of these comments. Some good stuff. First one's from Byron. He's asking, is blogging still a good idea? Is you still going to make money? 2019, 2020. And this is a question I get all the time because it's something that you hear all the time. Right? Blogging is dead, or YouTube is dead, or all these different money making ideas. That's yesterday's news, right? And it's funny because I heard that blogging was dead back in 2013 when I was getting started. Okay, and I've made over $250,000 since then. Okay, I've made $266,740 on my blogs. Since then, different ideas on there, affiliate networking and sponsored posts and things like that, and have made just over average $10,400 so far each month this year. So blogging is definitely not dead. YouTube is not dead. You can, owning a piece of that digital real estate is really, a 21st century idea. Okay, so there is lots of life in these kinds of ideas. And don't let anybody ever tell you that what you're doing can't be a great idea still. This next one came from Squintillions, and we actually had a great follow-up question comment by Christina. And I love this when those of you in the community, when you start talking back and forth in the comments, in the chat here, as far as your ideas and that kind of thing, and contributing. So love it, love that exchange. But this was after a video that I did in our side hustle series just these last couple of weeks about how to find that time to for your side hustle. I know we're all stressed out about time. We all have 24 hours in the day, and sometimes it's hard to even find that 5 hours a week to be running some of these online business ideas. So I did that video on some ways to find time, and Squintillions, she came back with what she's done to kind of manage her time better, and she's done that. She's found that time to write and do that really important stuff as soon as the kids leave for school, right? Leaving the smaller stuff like the errands, the exercise, showering, all that for later in the morning. So basically the idea is getting that, what we call deep work, getting that done early, okay? And this is something I talked about in the video a little bit. There's two types of work really you're going to have with your online business and really even with your life. There's going to be the things that really move the needle on your income, okay? The things that make a difference, that drive your online business or your regular business or whatever it is. That's called deep work, okay? And then there's going to be all the other little stuff, the answering emails, the errands that you have to do, and the other things that occupy your time that, maybe a lot of it, maybe you still need to do it, but it's not going to really drive your success, okay? And two ideas here is one, that you just need to schedule time for that deep work. Focus on that. If you end up finding that you don't have quite enough time to do some of that other that shallow work, I guess, like answering emails and some of this other stuff, then it's not such a big loss, right? If you don't get maybe a couple errands done, or if you miss your exercise for one day out of the week, then that's no big deal, okay? But this deep work is stuff that has to be done. It's the most important stuff. It's that 20% of your work, of your time, that contributes 80% of your success and of your income. So definitely you have to schedule a time for that, but also schedule that first. And I know a lot of times that deep work idea or that really important stuff might not be the stuff that you really want to do right now, but if you schedule that first, just get it out of the way, it will not only drive your business and your success, but it is such a relief, right? Because you've got that done. And I've fallen into this trap so often before where you don't schedule that deep work first, where you push it off, put it off, and then you get to the end of the day and you just feel lousy because you feel like you didn't accomplish anything, right? You're stressed out because you still have all this stuff to do on your to-do list, and even if you got a lot of little things done, you still don't feel like you got done what matters, okay? So you're stressed out, you're frustrated, you're depressed a lot of times. But what I found is that you schedule that deep work first thing. Even before looking at the news or your emails or any of that other stuff, because that's just going to put you in reaction mode. Okay, you start looking at your emails or the news or social media, and that's going to put you in reaction mode. You're reacting to that stuff, right? You need to focus on the deep work first, get it done, get it out of the way. And it will feel like such a relief. Even if you don't get a lot of these smaller, little tiny things done throughout the day, you're still going to feel better about the day because you got what's important done. So excellent. Christina had another great idea as far as doing the extra stuff. So those little things that she had to do, getting all of that into one day. Okay, so basically the idea here is just all the important stuff, that deep work, schedule those throughout the week. Monday through Thursday maybe, and then push everything else to one day a week where you've got your little tasks, okay? So another great idea, some great comments. I appreciate it. Thank you. Love the ideas and the exchange of information here. So now I want to cover just a couple of the last week's videos, this week's videos, kind of preview what we've got coming up, and then we're going to get into that side hustle, that work from home idea, give you a couple ideas, and kind of take your questions and back and forth here. So last week we were kind of finishing up a three-part series on our work from home series. So first we had 101 ideas for work from home businesses. Huge list, really the ultimate list for finding your work from home idea. And then we had that other video on finding the time for it. Okay, because I did a survey a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, in the community tab. And if you haven't seen the community tab on the channel, love the resource. It's kind of our social media hangout, right, for YouTube. So if you're on the Let's Talk Money channel, you see up at the top here that menu that says community tab or community. And that's kind of where just we talk back and forth, get ideas for videos, see what videos you want. I love using it, love the back and forth I get, so check that out. But I did a survey about a couple months ago. What were your biggest hurdles to starting your online business, your side hustle, or whatever that is. And we found those 3 things that were really holding people back. Those 3 things, boiled it down to just 3 ideas that if we could solve those, then we could get that success and that income insurance that you need, right? So the first was just finding that perfect side hustle idea. So for that we had that 101 side hustle ideas video. We've got a lot of other videos here on the channel about ways to make money from home or online businesses. The second hurdle, a lot of people said, was just finding the time, and this is something that affects all of us, affects myself, and so I shared a lot of different ideas on finding that time, even if it's just an extra few hours a week, 3-5 hours a week. You'd be amazed at if you devote that time to that deep work idea, to the stuff that really is going to move the needle on your business, then even 3 to 5 hours can be enough to make that money that you need to grow your financial future. So we shared that video, and then we've got the last video, which is the last hurdle. People just wanted to know how to grow their business. Some of the ideas that you don't get taught any of these things in school. School's just they teach you the basics and the rote memorization of stuff, but they don't teach you the practical tips that you're going to be able to use to grow a business, to increase your income and stuff. So this next week, tomorrow, in fact, we've got that third video on some of the hacks that I've used to grow my business to 6 figures over the last 4 years. So we're going to be doing that. Last week also we had an analysis of Microsoft. Love getting back to my equity analyst days and looking at individual stocks. So we had that, and then we also had a reaction video to one of Nate O'Brien's videos. Nate O'Brien and I, we've known each other for quite a while now, and I saw one of his videos really blowing up. It's like a 10 uncommon side hustle ideas. So watching the video, I had a few ideas and a few things I wanted to say. So I thought I'd do a reaction video to it, kind of fleshing out some of the ideas, giving you a little bit more information that you can run with these. And I think it was a lot of fun, a really fun video, seeing some of the things he said. And I've actually got a couple more reaction videos from other YouTubers coming up, so be on the lookout for those. Next week, real quick, we're going to finish up that side hustles videos here tomorrow with that biz growth hacks. Wednesday, we've got the best fidelity funds, and not only am I going to show you a portfolio of 3 fidelity funds, really just 3 funds that you can use for your whole portfolio, but I'm also showing how to screen the Fidelity website to find those funds, to find the funds that you want. Really liked it. Had a lot of good. Great feedback from another video I did on Vanguard funds a while back, so I decided to do this one about Fidelity funds and do that one. Also got Friday. Friday got a video on how to invest short-term money. Okay, I get this question all the time. We're buying a house within the next year, or we've got a big expense. Our kids are going to college within the next year or two. How do we invest that money to get the most return possible, but protect it, right? How do we protect our money while still growing it? So I got a video coming out Friday on exactly that. Going to show you kind of the trade-off between that risk and return and the different investments for short-term money, and and how to take care of that without losing your money. And this actually comes from a story. Someone else in the community. We were talking back and forth, and he had that short-term money, but he kind of went the Bitcoin route. It was about a year ago, and kind of got totally wiped out in that Bitcoin. So I really wanted to make this video on what you need to look at for your short-term money and how to invest that. Now let's get to that topic of today before we do our question and answer afterwards. And so we've already talked about why you need a work from home hustle, okay? Why you need that side hustle, that online business, some kind of income stream that you control, and you're not always depending on an employer or a boss, right? It's not only for that financial freedom and that independence that you get. And let me tell you, I mean, the last four years doing this on my own, I love watching my online business grow. I love having that control over that income and really being able to create something that's going to last forever. But that's not the only reason, right? That financial independence, retire early movement. I think they're missing one very important thing, and that is that you need this income insurance, okay? Because we've got AI, we've got robotics coming, and we've just got that general shift to the at-home work job environment. So it's not just to get rich or to make extra cash, but that income insurance. So now I want to talk real quick about some ideas of what you can do. Talk about kind of the finding the time things that we talked about. And understand that this doesn't mean you have to create a whole business from home, okay? You've got a lot of traditional jobs. Basically, anything you do as a traditional job, 9 to 5, you can take that online and do it freelancing, okay? You start up just a real simple, basic website to show what you can do, and just, accounting, basically anything, I mean, and this doesn't even have to be online. It can be. We covered a lot of them, especially in that Nate O'Brien reaction video. We covered a lot of offline stuff that can start offline, it goes online. You really develop it into a larger thing. Some kind of like health coaching or consulting, fitness. Really, anything you do offline, you can do online as well. And then we've got these online businesses. I've covered a lot of online businesses on the channel here. I like these better. I prefer these because you're not trading your time for money. Okay, you hear that a lot where the trade-off between time and money. And with a lot of these traditional jobs, so like consulting, even you can make a lot of money consulting people online and stuff, but you're always trading that time that you spend for the money that they're going to give you for it. And so you're always going to be limited on how much money you can make, right? With these online business ideas, a lot of times, you can get away from that and not be, you can serve a lot of people all at once. You can be, selling products and stuff while you sleep, so it's making money. But there is a caveat here with these online businesses. There is a risk or a downside that they're not going to cash flow immediately like a lot of these freelancing jobs that we talk about. These freelancing jobs, you're still working with somebody or for somebody, doing some kind of a task or a job for them. They're going to pay you immediately, right? Whereas these online businesses that you can start up might take a few months. It was like 6 months before I started making any money on my blogs. Within a year, I was up to about $1,000, maybe $1,500 a month, and it's been 4 years to get me up to that that six-figure income, right? At about $10,400 average so far each month this year, but it took about 4 or 5 years to build up to that point, right? So there are a lot of ideas here. Finding the time. Again, we had that video last week on really. Just taking a week to see all the little things that you spend your time on, right? To be able to find that extra 5 hours a week. And I think two things here. One is just kind of tracking your time is going to make you more conscious of what you're doing with your time, and it's gonna make you be more, I guess, responsible with your time. Okay, if you're actually writing down, then you're immediately going to be able to see, oh, I'm spending a lot of money watching The Simpsons every week, right? And if you looked at my graphic there that I shared on that, you see I do spend quite a bit of time, I think, watching Simpsons, watching Futurama, watching a lot of that stuff that I've seen it a couple times, but it's still funny, it's still fun. And that doesn't mean you have to cut that kind of stuff out, but you just have to know that you're spending time on it, and then just kind of triage what you're spending your time on. So just the act of tracking your time, writing it down, is going to be a huge help. But then the idea that we shared in that video was seeing, okay, what's important, what's enjoyable, what's important and enjoyable, what's not important and not enjoyable, that's the stuff you can really cut out. And I think that's where a lot of people are going to find a lot of time. But even the stuff that's not important, but you enjoy doing it, maybe you cut out a little bit of that, but you still save some of that for just to have fun, just to enjoy your time. Okay, and then lastly here, watch for that those 10 business growth hacks that I'm going to share in that video tomorrow. Again, so just some easy growth hacks that you can use to grow your online business, to grow your side hustle that I've used in my own business, and I think you're really gonna have fun with that. Now, I want to get to your questions, get to your comments. See a lot of people in here. Investing with Aaron, everything hair. Thank you for being here. I'm going to scroll through and see our questions. But if you had a question that I didn't get to, put it in the chat there below, and I'll try to get to it. If you asked a question but you didn't add a question mark in the comment, then I probably won't be able to see it because I'm just kind of scanning through here real quick. But go ahead and let me know what questions or ideas or comments you have on this topic, the side hustles, why everybody needs a side hustle, what you can do to find one, and really develop that passive income and that online business. So who else we got here? Minds in Motion. Thank you for being here. Minds in Motion, another channel. Check that out. I've seen her here quite a while. Darnita, hey, how are you? Darnita is a great member of the community. She's actually love what she's done. She's actually started was it a Roth account or an IRA? She started an investment account for her I want to say grandson or godson. And I love the idea of starting those investment accounts early. Even when kids are 5 and 10 years old, just putting something in there for them. And not only is this going to really set them up for success in the future and that income fund that they need, but it's going to get them interested in watching the investments and in investing. Okay, because you better believe that. Okay, even if you're putting in maybe $100 into this account, by the time they're 20, that's going to have grown to $500-600 without doing anything at all. So what that's going to do, they're going to look at that and they're going to be like, oh my God, I mean, this is just like quintupled in the last 10 years or something. What else can I do? And so that's going to get them interested in putting their money away, investing it, watching it grow. And I think it's going to create some great habits for a lot of the younger generation. So great idea. Even if it's, like I said, even if it's only $50 or $100 or $500, start an account for the grandkids, for the godkids, for all the younger kids that you know, and I think it's going to pay dividends. No pun intended. It's going to pay dividends beyond just giving them that money. Who else we got here? Drew, good. How we break the losing streak of the Hawkeyes. Nice. Actually, I haven't followed the Hawkeyes in a while. I'm more of a Cyclone guy. But my cousin actually went to Iowa, and so I've always kind of had that Hawkeye Cyclone rivalry there. What else we got? Warrior Scholar, Afro Wealth Reviews. Thanks for being in the chat here. What else? Part of the reason I got into Disney. So Gen X dividend investors, talking about Disney, right? To get my kids more interested in investing, and it's a great dividend. Yep, and I agree. That's another idea you can use to get your kids interested in saving and investing. Is get them some stocks in their favorite companies or the companies that they use the most. So we're talking maybe Hasbro, which hasn't been doing great lately, but Hasbro, Disney, and give them the sense that they own a part of that company. They own part of Disney. It's something they're going to be able to brag to their friends about. Oh yeah, I own part of Disney. And yeah, it's maybe one millionth of a percent, but I think it's something that's really going to get them interested in saving their money and investing. And it's not just about returns, right? Don't give them the idea that they're going to be a millionaire just on 20-30% returns. Give them the idea that this is about saving money and putting it to work. Making their money work for them. So important that they understand that investing is just as much about how much they save and what they save as it is the actual investments and the return and that kind of thing. So great idea there. Okay, I was asking, can the Cyclones break the streak? ISU guy, class of '97. Okay, so yeah, actually we were there right about the same time. Haven't followed the Iowa State games lately, but I'll have to check on that 2 weeks, I guess. Uh, Consider work from home insurance sales as a good side job. It's definitely something you can do from home, and it's there's a lot of different things you can do with that. As far as you could have kind of your own website where you're getting interest from people, and then you're selling that to agents. So basically that middleman approach. The more traditional way is that you're actually going out, door to door and that kind of thing and selling it. But I think the important thing there is taking that traditional idea of insurance sales and taking it online, seeing how you can amplify your business with that online idea. So having a website that talks about insurance. Actually, got a friend that is Chris. His name's Chris. Can't even remember his name. Huge friend, but got a friend from a financial conference that I go to. Chris, he started an insurance website. Actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was about 3 years ago. Recently sold it for 7 figures. Because insurance companies are looking for this digital real estate that they can buy and they can position in. So I think you'll find not only is a great idea for making that income, but also that asset that you own, that you control, and you can sell off later in the future. So yeah, great idea there. Brokerage. So Squintillion says she has a brokerage account for both her kids. Kid-friendly investments like Nintendo, Mondelez. Yeah, great kid ones. The snacks, obviously, you could try every time your kid wants a pop or wants a candy bar, they have to invest that same amount in their investment account, right? So that would be a fun idea. So every time they buy $1 candy bar, or they want $1 for a candy bar, then they have to come up with that dollar to invest. And you can invest if you use like M1 Finance, which does fractional shares. They can invest that dollar immediately without having to buy, save up $30 for a whole share. So love that. Greg asks always great questions. I love it. What would be your top 3 wish I knew before this side hustles? And this is a great question, something that I've gone back to a couple of times. And okay, one would be Amazon FBA. Okay, and if you don't know, we've featured Amazon FBA a couple times on the channel as far as side hustles and online businesses. Amazon FBA is basically starting your own retail company. Okay, and this is an awesome idea, awesome opportunity. Basically, what it is you contact manufacturers or factories or somebody who's going to build a product for you. Okay, and what the easiest way to do this is through a site called Alibaba.com. It's a Chinese, basically the Chinese Amazon, right? And really kind of being the Amazon everywhere else outside of the U.S. But what Alibaba does is it connects you with manufacturers. So right, people that are building large quantities of a single product. You get on that site and you find a product that you want to sell, right, in your business. Okay, and then what happens is you contract with them to make a certain quantity. And you'll do this every month. You'll buy another 5,000 or 6,000 or whatever, however many you buy. They're gonna put your labels on it, your logo, your company business name and everything, your packaging, and then ship it directly to Amazon's warehouses in the U.S. or whatever country you're selling in. And then you've got your Amazon page, your page on Amazon with that product. You're selling it directly from there. Amazon is taking the orders, shipping it to your customers. You never even have to see the item, right? And basically what this does, it's a way to create your own retail company. Okay, you want a line of blue jeans with your names on the asses. You can do that with less than $3,000 to $5,000 startup money to pay for your first order through Alibaba, right? Through these manufacturers. Okay, look at 10, 20 years ago even, if you wanted to start a jeans company, it would have been hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars to buy a factory, to buy all the equipment, to manage the warehouse, all the logistics, everything. That is down now to $3,000 to $5,000 to start on Amazon FBA. So it's a really cool. I shared in one of the videos, I shared an example. A friend down here in Colombia does, they call them fajas down here, but they're just girdles, right? Body shapers. They're made right here in Colombia. It's kind of a national treasure here in Colombia, these fajas, these girdles. So he gets really good products from the factories that he contracts with here. and ships them all to Amazon's warehouses in the U.S., sells them there, sells them in Europe, and he makes a lot of money with just this one product, right? He's got his own online business. So really cool idea, one that I've thought about doing quite a bit, but I've got so much on the blogs and on the YouTube channel, haven't done that one. Top three, other than that, there's, I'm constantly amazed at how much I make on YouTube. I think everybody should start a YouTube channel, and not only for, there's two ways you can use YouTube to make money, right? One is just making money on YouTube, right? You've got the ads that YouTube sells. I make about $4,500 a month on average just from the ads on the videos. You sell products and stuff on YouTube as well. But also it's a distribution channel. Okay, there's two things you need to make any business a success, and that's your product and that's distribution. Okay, you need a great product and you need a way to get it out in front of people. Okay, and this is, traditionally a lot of people have handled these two things apart, right? They might have a great product, but they need to pay somebody to advertise it, to market it. They need to pay the people with the channels or with the blogs or with the the retail stores. Or they have those stores, they have the stores, they have just a real simple blog. It costs $3 a month to have a blog. Have a YouTube channel that costs nothing to do. So that's your distribution. It's going to be your, partly your products too, and use that. So what else? Which online course delivery platform do you use and recommend? Great question, Adam. From Adam, about online course platforms, and I use Teachable. Right? There's really two course platforms that I've seen a lot of people use for online courses. Right? To host your online course. So even if you have a website, you still want a different site that's going to host your course, going to hold it on their platform, going to take the students' payments, going to let students access it, and then it's going to handle all that. So there's two ways you can do that. You can do Teachable, or you can use Udemy, right? It's Udemy, okay, .com. And Udemy is got more scale. They're larger. They've got students that they've got people that search their site for courses. They'll find your courses. So you'll probably have more students on Udemy, but there's one huge disadvantage here. And Udemy has conditioned people to expect $10 and $15 courses, right? In fact, Udemy has actually limited the price you can charge on your courses to like $50, I think it is, right? Whereas there's no limit on Teachable, okay? And what happened here on Udemy, and I don't know how this happened or why, or if it was a conscious decision by the Udemy company, but people don't buy courses for $50 on Udemy. They not even that low limit. They wait till the site has a site-wide campaign or a thing for a week where it's just $10 or $15 for any course you want to take, right? And that's when people buy. So basically, you're looking at selling your courses, these things that could take 40 hours or 80 hours to develop, for $10 a pop, right? Now, if you're going to do that, just do an ebook, a self-published book, and you'll make $5 or $6 a pop right there. You won't have to do video, you won't have to do a whole lot of the other stuff. So Udemy, I take courses on there just to find out new things and learn new things, because it's only $10 or $15. But if you're going to host your own courses, I would do it on Teachable. Okay, there's no limit to how much how much you can charge for your courses. So you can make a much larger and a more value-driven course and charge more for it. And plus, it's got everything you need. You can do coupon codes. You do all your sales pages, everything right on Teachable and all that. So definitely check out Teachable for that one. What else we have? What other questions? How do you start an investment account for kids? A lot of times it has to be under your name with them on the account if they're under 18. But I know you can start retirement accounts for a kid of any age. Basically, they're probably going to need like a social security number in the U.S. And that's usually all you need. But you can definitely start a retirement account, an IRA or a Roth. Great options. Especially that Roth. One thing you can do is, especially if you have your own online business or work from home or side hustle or something, you pay your kids to help you, right? Pay your kids, and I don't care if they're 3 or 5 years old. Find something that they can do, at least on paper, and pay them $25 a week or $50 a month or whatever. What that does is you get to take that off of your income, so you don't have to pay taxes on it. You put that into a Roth account for them. They don't pay taxes unless they make like more than $6,000 a year, right? And I don't know any 5-year-old other than maybe Justin Bieber that makes more than $6,000 a year. If they are, they're on the right track. But anyway, if they're not making more than like $5-6 grand a year, they don't have to pay taxes on that money anyway, right? So put that in a Roth account. They're not paying taxes now, and then when they go to retire, they're not going to have to pay taxes on that money either, right? So great way to get around taxes a little bit, save a little bit more money, and really get them ready for their own financial future. What else? What else we got in here? Started a website and blog. So Darnita started a website and a blog. Always here for questions. Let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. Lots of good blogging videos here on the channel. And yeah, you're gonna run into people say blogging is dead, but it is absolutely totally not dead. One thing I will say, get involved with a group on Facebook that is around that blog. So myself, I go to a financial conference called FinCon every year in September. In fact, that's where I'm going to DC here in a couple of weeks, speaking at that conference. And it has meant all the difference, right, in my success. In any group. And make sure it's a group. It's like a Facebook group that's not just spammy. They're not just spamming their links, but they're actually a community talking back and forth. You'll get the support you need. You'll get the ideas and the information you'll need. It'll bring you closer to the people that can actually help you out. So definitely find a blogger group that whether it's local to you or whether it's national or whatever, and get to know people, and it's really going to make the difference. Marie says she started her channel a few months ago, creative outlet earning income. Yeah, that's always, and what I say, that Marie's talking about, making money on her channel, and I know it can be frustrating, especially on YouTube, that if you're not up to that 1,000 subscribers, you're not monetized yet. It can be frustrating getting to that point and making money, but especially if you've got a blog, you can start monetizing immediately. And even a YouTube channel where you're not up to that 1,000 viewers point where you can have ads and start making money from ads, you can still make money. Okay, you can still make affiliate marketing money. You can still make sponsorship money. And what I say is, you're going to hear a lot of people say, wait to make money. Just focus on growing first, then make money later. Don't do it. Don't believe them. Okay, make money as soon as you can. Okay, because one, not only are you going to learn how to make more money, you're going to learn the ideas and the income streams that make you more money on these assets, on this channel or on this blog. You're also going to get that motivation, right? 90% of the new websites, the new blogs that come up every day, and there's thousands of them, hundreds of thousands of them created every day, 90% are not updated after a 6 months period, right? They just give up. And a lot of it is because people start with these misconceptions, these ideas of how much money they can make, that they're going to get rich. It doesn't happen, and they get frustrated, they get disappointed, and they just quit. Okay, so start making money as soon as possible. Learn what those income streams are to make money, and start using those, even if it's just $10 a month. It's gonna reward you for your time, and you're gonna keep at it. Talk a little bit more about growing your channel. That's actually a whole series of videos. I grew my YouTube channel. Actually had it since 2015, but never did anything with it. Hosted a few videos on it just to embed on the blogs. Had 22 subscribers as of in two years, as of December 2017. Didn't care because I really wasn't using it. Started getting serious about YouTube, and I've grown those 22 subscribers to a community of almost 100,000 people right now on the channel. Okay, 18 months, 19, 20 months now that I've been focusing on YouTube and the Let's Talk Money community. Almost 100,000 people in it. Love the back and forth, the relationship. Actually just published a book called Crushing YouTube, so that's available on Amazon. Look for that, Crushing YouTube, that kind of outlines everything I've done, how to start a channel, and how to grow it. But a few things that you can do is, and a lot, again, it's hard to pick out just a few things from everything that I talk about. A few things is, I talk about hacking YouTube for video ideas. So this is basically, and this is something I'm going to talk about at that financial conference when I go in DC, is finding the ideas that are instantly popular in your niche. Okay, so you've got a very specific niche or topic that you're talking about on your channel. It's very important. The way YouTube works, you got to talk about one thing. Okay, you got to talk about either investing, or you talk about making money, or you talk about dogs, or you talk about health, or something like that. It's a more narrow niche to be an expert, to be recognized as an expert in that niche. Then you're going to find 3, maybe 5 channels that are similar to yours, 3 to 5 channels that are talking about that niche as well. And you find out what's popular, what videos of theirs are popular. Okay, you go to their videos tab, you sort by most popular, and then you just write down the titles of those 3 to, maybe the top 10 of their videos. You write down the titles of those, and you do that for 3 or 5 channels, and you're going to see common things, right? You're going to see titles or keywords that are going to pop up on every channel. And that's just because there's just certain ideas, certain video ideas that are popular on every channel in that niche. Okay, start with those. Those are your first video ideas. Really make good videos, though. I mean, we're not just stealing ideas here. We're going to Google and searching for that on Google and seeing what Google says about something, seeing all the questions that people ask about that topic, and really making a solid 10 to 20 minute video about that, giving people everything they need in that topic, so that video competes against some of these other popular videos. Very important. Another one that you want to look at is, once you do have a video that just blows up, does 5, 10 times the views of your other videos, you want to run with that. Okay, YouTube is saying that you're an expert in that topic, and you're putting on a lot of subscribers that are interested in that niche topic. And we're not talking about the big topic of maybe like investing. We're talking about, if a dividend investing blows up, then you want to do other dividend investing videos. Okay, you want to run. It's called running with your winners, doubling down on a topic, some people call it. Do that, and you're really going to see your growth blow up. What else we have? Okay, does Udemy still make creators less money? What is the actual net from? Okay, so Stuck in SJ wants to know, even with that Udemy and Teachable price difference, so unlimited price, you can charge courses on Teachable, or $50 or less, and basically you're only going to get maybe $10 or $15 for selling courses on Udemy. Does the Udemy still make creators less money? What is the actual net from either on the same course? That's going to depend on each course and how much you market it. With Udemy, like I said, you are going to get people that are searching on the channel or on that platform to buy your course. So you're going to get more students probably, whereas Teachable, it's almost all up to you as far as marketing and that kind of thing. So Udemy gives you like 97% of the of the money that you bring for students that you bring to the channel. So your own marketing, bring people to the channel or to the platform and buy stuff. But I think the split on students that come from Udemy, so people just searching on Udemy, find your course, sign up, I think that's more like 50-50 or 60-40 maybe. So not only are you only being able to sell your course for 10 or 15 bucks on those discounts, you're only getting half of that from those students that Udemy brings. So in my mind, it's just, I would rather do my own marketing, do my own funnels. We've talked about on the channel. I actually have a 3-part video series. Anybody interested in selling an online course or creating an online course, check that out. It's a 3-part series on how to create a course and how to sell it. I would rather do my own marketing, be able to collect all the profits, all 100, 150, 200 bucks on that, rather than have to sell 10 times that amount on Udemy. So it's and you can try it on both. Actually, there's nothing that says you can't have your course on Teachable and on Udemy, but people might see that you've got it available on Udemy for $10, $15 on those discounts. That's going to keep you from making a lot of sales on Teachable, I think. Jeriso, have you talked about the 2019 challenge yet? I haven't. It's been actually a couple of months since I've done an update to the 2019 portfolio dividend challenge. Going to do that this next month. So I'm getting back from DC, and I'm going to do another video on the 29 challenge. It's been rough. It's been rough for the entire market. And if you've watched back in end of April, then I had that video on why you need to be worried about that May through October period. And some of the reasons why I talked about, not just because May through October tends to be weaker for the stock market, but some of the other reasons I talked about. and it has definitely can't come out that way. Okay, right? Market's been tough over the last couple of months. I don't think it's going to clear up any, especially as we head on to the rest of the year. But I'm definitely gonna do another video on the 2019 dividend stock challenge portfolio, and I'll update you probably the second or third week in September. Okay, I'm out the first week in DC, and I'll get back to that pretty soon. Our stocks on it have kept up fairly well. We diversified the portfolio before May, before the stocks really started falling in May. We diversified it in some bonds. The real estate stocks, so that REIT index, the VNQ, has done like 25% so far this year. So we've made a lot of money on a lot of those bets, the bonds, the XLU that I put on, some of the other non-consumer names, that kind of thing. So we're still actually outperforming the video. Last I checked last week, we're still outperforming the S&P by about 5 or 6% so far this year. So not quite the 10% that we were beating the market earlier in the year, but we're still doing pretty well on that. What else? Ron wants to know, do you actually need a website to start affiliate marketing? You don't? Now that's a great example of that product and distribution idea, right? So affiliate marketing is just partnering with companies or someone that has a product or a service. You get a special link and so when you're talking about their product or service, then you've got that link, you share that link, somebody clicks on that, and if they do buy the product, they buy the service or whatever, then you get a commission on that. So traditionally with affiliate marketing, then you don't have the product, so you're partnering with the company with the product, and then you're using a blog or a YouTube channel as distribution. You've got the distribution. Now, you don't necessarily have to have that. You don't have to have a blog to do that. It does, I'm going to be honest with you, it is very hard to have an online business without either the product or the distribution. Okay, so if you want to do affiliate marketing, you don't have a blog, then basically you've got your social media accounts where you can share that link through Facebook, through Twitter, or whatever. But the click-through rates on social media are horrendously low. We're talking 0.5%. So basically you might get 1 or 2 people to click through that link out of 100 people that see it. And then it's going to be maybe 1 out of 20 that actually buy or engage with that company. So it's very hard to do it with just social media. You can do it with an email list. Now, what I will say is that I think a lot of people have a misconception about blogs or a website, that they're difficult. You have to be a techie. I'm the least technical guy you know. Okay, you could put together a website in 5 minutes, right? You get on Bluehost. I've actually got a special link on Bluehost. It's going to be in the description. Start with $3, right? You can be online, you can have your own website in about 5 minutes. And it doesn't have to be flashy, it doesn't have to be expensive. $3 a month and you've got your own website. And you can start collecting emails to have an email list. You start growing your community on the website, and that's going to give you that distribution tool. You don't have to have it, but again, it's very hard to have you either need the product or the distribution, or some way to match the two up. Okay, there's middleman roles that you can do, but it's tough. What else? How do you differentiate yourself from others? Excellent question. And I'm gonna mess up your name, I'm sure, but Majulife. Thank you for the question. Sorry if I messed up your name. It says, there's so many personal finance channels on YouTube. How do you differentiate yourself from others and start getting those views and grow your channel? And it's not just personal finance, right? It's any channel on YouTube. It's any website on the internet, right? There are no laws for personal finance blogs or health and fitness blogs or health and fitness channels, whatever. You do need to figure out how you're different, right? And that's not to say that even if you're not very different, you can't be successful. Out of a million channels, the top 100, 200,000 are still going to be pretty successful. But that difference, the differentiation, that uniqueness is something that's going to make you even more successful. And this is something I talk about in the book a lot, Crushing YouTube, the book that I just published, that branding, okay, very important. And branding is just, the emotions and the feelings that you evoke when people think about your company, your channel, your website, whatever, right? And so you look online, you look at branding, and the answer you're going to get is your slogans and your logo and stuff. It's not. It's the emotions that you evoke, right? That deeper feeling. And the way you do that is by sharing, different things. Sharing your creation story is one of the things I talk about. Every good superhero needs a creation story. We wouldn't care at all about Spider-Man if we didn't know about Peter Parker and his creation story. Just to comic book nerd out with you a little bit. So you share your creations, you share parts of your life, the important parts, the inflection parts that really grew you to where you are today and why you do, the shared beliefs. So basically a lot of this is going into building that sense of community, and this is something that I've really tried to do with Let's Talk Money is help you understand that it's not just subscribers. I don't have 100,000 subscribers. I have 100,000 people in the community, people that are dedicated to committed to creating that financial future that we all should have. We all deserve, but there's just things that keep us from there. So that sense of community, that idea of belonging and why you fit in here. That's going to be very important to being different from all these. You don't need a million subscribers. Okay, you don't need 100,000 subscribers to do very well on YouTube. You need a tight knit group that are willing to show up to your live streams and hear you ramble on every week. And I love it. You need a tight knit group that interacts together, that feels a part of a group, and is just going to be with you there. Okay, you do that. You do. Just how are you different? And people say, "Oh, I'm not different. I don't have a story to tell. I'm not an expert in something to teach." Your personal experiences and your life journey is way more important than you know. Okay, I guarantee you, everybody has parts of their life where they had to make a decision, and that decision, what they made and what they learned from that, is valuable to other people. Okay, share that personal experience, share those inflection points in your life, and people are going to be able to relate you. They're gonna see your story and know that they can create that same story themselves. Okay, so share your personal experience. Something that I'm trying to do a little bit more with my own channel with Let's Talk Money. Come from an equity analyst background, right? It's not always been the case where I could share my personal life, share my opinions and stuff. It always had to be numbers and that kind of thing. So I'm trying to get out there a little bit more with everyone here, and kind of share that. And that's how you're different. Okay, nobody has your personal life, your experiences, the decisions you made, but everybody needs that experience. That's going to help. Like I said, it's going to help people make their own decisions, relate to your story, be able to get motivated and make that story their own. So that's really how you do that. Hulkman wants to know what YouTube book. Okay, and I can see if I can find the. Just real quick, this is a Crushing YouTube book I just published on Amazon, available now on Amazon. It's actually a bestseller in 2 categories. It was bestseller in one, podcast and webcast. Now it's also auctions and small business. It's a bestseller there. Let me see if I can share that on the, oh, that's a small one. But I just published it on Amazon. Here we go. And view full screen. Probably should have had this set up for you before we started, but there you go. Crushing YouTube. Just published it on on Amazon about 4 weeks ago, actually. So it's been a little bit. Like I said, grew my channel when I started focusing on YouTube. Then I grew it from 22 subscribers to almost 100,000 people in the community. As of today. So it's about 20 months later. Less than 2 years. If you look at the averages, it usually takes people, so the average is 2.5 years, about 28 months to grow a channel to 1,000 subscribers, right? Most channels never get to 10,000 or more, and I was able to do that 75,000 in less than 18 months and 100,000 now. But not only that, I've taken a lot of the things that I've learned from blogging, from online businesses to make more money with this, right? I know a lot of people, you see those how much I made on YouTube videos, right? And a lot of these are a couple thousand, maybe. Some of the big ones are a couple thousand, couple $100, and it's because they're only relying on ads, right? And I do about 5,500, maybe about 6,000 just from my YouTube channel each month. And it's really because I've diversified my income. I've learned from some of those other income streams, and I brought those to what I'm doing on YouTube. So the book is not only how to start a YouTube channel. That's about a third of it, but more importantly, it's really how to grow your channel and how to use some of these things to make money on it. So using those different income streams, I share like the 5 income streams that I use on YouTube to make more money. So again, that is on Amazon, Crushing YouTube. I've actually got a link, I think, in the video description to this video to the book and a webinar that I give. I actually do a free webinar if you want to sign up for that. 3 of my biggest growth hacks to growing your channel. So look for that if you're interested. And I'm always here to answer questions and things like that. I mean, like I said, this is much more. I mean, I'm at the point in my business where I got all the money I'll ever need, and I don't want that to sound like bragging, because I hate these YouTubers with the big egos and anyone with the big egos. But I just want I want to be able to help you make that story your own. And like we talk about on the channel, reaching that financial future you deserve. So I'm at that point where I can share all of this information and really share it without having to charge or make a lot of money on it. So always here, love the comments, the ideas, the questions I get in the comments. So always feel free to ask away. You might want to read Joseph while you're in front of your YouTube. Yeah, it is a very detailed book, and it's how to set up the channel, how to set it. A lot of the things that even a lot of the big YouTubers aren't doing right now, like leveraging a blog. I see so many big YouTube channels, and a lot of them friends of mine that aren't leveraging a blog, that have never used a blog to really grow their channel. They kind of just got lucky because they've had a channel for 10 years or 5 years and have really been able to grow it over that time. But yeah, if you want to grow your channel fast, within a year, within 2 years, you really need to be using some of these ideas that a lot of these other YouTubers aren't using. Who else? What else we have? This is nice to interact with my Crushing YouTube. So it looks like the questions have started kind of ebbing down. Again, I'm going to be in New York City next week and DC the following week. Actually, I've been thinking about really want to do some like live events with people. So that's probably coming really soon. I'll be kind of traveling to some different cities and having kind of a live get together. So those are going to be really fun. But no live streams for the next couple of weeks because I will be in those cities at those conferences talking. We're going to be back real soon though. Again, thank you everybody for being here. I love having these live streams and interacting with everybody and talking. Again, ask me questions in the comments. Leave your ideas. Leave your comments and your suggestions. Like I said, it's all about community here. Okay, this isn't my channel. Okay, this is our channel. This is a way that we're all going to exchange ideas. We're all going to figure out how to create that financial future for all of us and really get there. So again, thank you everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.